This movie is about custom views. Custom views allows you to save visual settings for your workbook. And you can save multiple settings for your workbook that involve the print settings, hidden columns and rows and filters, and many other settings that affect the visual display of the workbook. I've got a workbook with a schedule with some profitability statistics on the industries that are traded on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange, listed alphabetically. We're going to use this data to demonstrate custom views. Before I go to the custom views functionality, I want to set up some print settings. I'm going to press Control P and go backstage to the print area and sort of fix this up a little bit. I'm going to increase the page size. I'm going to set up some scaling. And of course, I can set up whatever other print options that I want to save in this view. But for now, I'm going to go back to the workbook and save this as a custom view. To do that, left-click the View tab, and then in the Workbook Views group, left-click Custom Views. If I had some custom views set up already, they would be listed here, but I don't have any, and I'm going to add one. I'm going to call it Print 1, and I'm going to save the print settings. I'm not going to save the hidden rows, columns, and filter settings because I don't have any yet. Select OK. And while you can save some print settings on a worksheet with the workbook, by default, if this is all we were going to do, we wouldn't really need the custom view. But what custom views allows you to do is save multiple print settings for the same worksheet. So I can now use some of the other functionality and let's hide a couple of columns and establish a print area that goes down from A to D, page layout. This is another way to establish your print settings. And then I'm going to go back to Custom Views and add another view. And this time I'm going to save the print settings and the hidden rows and columns and filter settings, although all I have is hidden columns. Say OK. And to switch from one view to another, left-click Custom Views, and since I have two established, I have two on my list. Select the one you want to display, left-click Show, and when I press Control P, I have a print preview that displays the first custom view setting that I established, Print 1. I'm going to escape out of that, left-click Custom Views again, select my second setting, left-click Show, Control P, and that's my second setting. We're back in the workbook, and I've listed in column K the items that you can adjust and save to your custom views. We already know we can save the print settings, and we can save hidden columns. We can also, of course, save hidden rows. We can save filter settings. We haven't covered filtering the data yet, but it's in an upcoming movie. We can save the zoom factors. We can save the current active cell and the current active worksheet. And we can save whether the worksheet is displayed in normal, page layout, or page break view, or any combination of the above. And of course, we have the option when we set up the view to just save the print settings. So we're going to change a couple more things about the view. I'm going to change the net margin to be greater than, just display those industries that has a net margin greater than 10%. I'm going to increase the zoom setting from 100 to fill up the entire screen. I'm going to make A1 the active cell, and of course, sheet 1 is the active worksheet. And I'm going to save this as my third custom view. Left-click OK. And now when I make changes, clear the filter, unhide the columns, I can go back to my custom view setting and reestablish all of those settings at the same time. So this movie was about custom views. Custom views is a way to establish multiple visual display settings, including print options, at the same time, and then save those settings as a defined group of visual display options and print options called a custom view. So we can save print settings and have multiple print settings saved for the same worksheet. We can save a custom view that allows us to hide rows and columns and to establish filters. And we can also change the zoom factor, whether the worksheet is displayed in normal, page layout, or page break view. And we can save the active worksheet and the active cell within that worksheet.